Hey, what's going on, folks? It's been a while. Nice to see you guys again. Thank you to the subscribers and for all the comments that you guys been giving me on some of my other tutorials. I really do appreciate that. Today we got a pretty good one. If you're, I'm by trade a graphic designer, but I went in the route of web design slash web development. I like to do my own code and things like that and build out the website as well, not just designing. But today we got a pretty good one. I work for this company, and I was tasked with speeding up their websites. They were horrible. They do use WordPress, and with the nature that WordPress works, you kind of have to a lot of times use plugins unless you're super comfortable going in on the back end and editing some of that stuff. You could do it that way as well, but this plugin for newbies or people that really aren't that technical, here's a great plugin that I found for WordPress that will give you better metrics. It's a big part of your SEOs for your websites, and just bounce rate in general. People aren't going to want to visit a slow site, things like that. But I'm gonna try to keep this short. I just wanted to explain a little bit, but we'll go ahead and start. So the plugin that I'm gonna be showing you guys today is wprocket, and in order to get this plugin, you would have to go to their website, wprocket. The link will be in the description. Actually, you can go pay for it. It is a paid plugin, but it is essential if you're going to be doing web development, or if you have your own WordPress site that you need to get up to speed with the metrics in Google Lighthouse, GT metrics, things like that. This is a must-have. So let me go ahead, and I'm actually going to deactivate it from my work computer. Just give me a second there. So this is without the plugin. There's actually another plugin that comes with it. It does have a CDN attached to it, so a basic account with Bluehost comes with Cloudflare, which is a CDN, a content delivery network. We're not going to go too much into that, but all sites should probably have that too, so do your homework, look that up. Maybe I'll do a video about that next. But Bluehost comes with with a certain plan, you get it. It comes with it free. So this one does have it attached. It is harder with Bluehost the way that it is. I'd have to talk to them and have them take it off and things like that. But if you have a standalone site, you don't have it. It doesn't come with your Bluehost plan. You can go to Cloudflare website and get a free basic one as well. The basic is free. You can do the same thing through Cloudflare, or just happens to come with it in Bluehost. So this is with the content delivery network and nothing else to optimize it. We're going to go ahead and run this through GT metrics. This is a very real site with very real traffic. A company that makes a profit. So I'm just going to type in lureglobal.com. We're going to go ahead and analyze that. Sorry, I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible. You guys know I just like to get you guys the info, the things that I really can vouch for, the things that I will go ahead and try to show you guys that will really help. So hopefully this helps you guys, and we're going to go through. You can even download the settings that I have for this afterwards. I'll have that in the description too, hopefully. If not, you guys could always email me, and that will be in the description as well, and we can get it's pretty easy though. I'll show you the settings as well, so you don't have to download them. But so you can see it's a D. It's bad, horrible. This is This is with nothing on there, and you can, let's go down, 83 requests it's making to the server every time somebody goes. It's fully loaded in 4.6 seconds. That's, you know, this is terrible for SEO. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now, I'm gonna go back to my company laptop and just go ahead and activate the plugin, wprocket, and there's a plugin called Imagify that it kind of tells you to or suggests that you use along with them within the plugin, and I like it. It works pretty good. I would probably use it as well. It's $4.99 a month. Not bad, but it will you know, basically compress all your images and things like that to also help with the load time. Sorry about that. And yeah, so that's just activated Imagify, and now I'm getting ready to activate wprocket. These are the two things. You'll see the difference afterwards. And one thing that I really like about wprocket is it preloads the cache, so you're going to be serving all your customers static pages instead of dynamic pages. But anytime you make an edit or anything else, it will go ahead and preload these pages. You just have to set it for you know, set the setting for that. I'll show you in a minute, but it's amazing. So nobody actually has to go to your site once to get that stuff saved into their you know, their browser cache and things like that. But this is by far the best caching plugin that I've seen. Like I said, I'm just excited to share it with you guys and vouch. You guys are going to see it in real time. So let me go ahead and refresh this really quick. So preload's complete. We'll go ahead and retest that. Push the wrong button. But as you can see, 95, 97, 1.30 blocking time. Like I said, I totally 100% vouch for this. Let's go. You see the performance. Everything is good. There's nothing else we need to do. I mean, we could do more, but it's good. I mean, I bet you if we even run it one more time, let's see what we get. Just because I've had it at 100 one time, so I want to see if it gets that again. It's always good just to run it a couple times anyway, see, you know, real. So I mean, it went up. It used to be at, sometimes it could just matter with the server, but I mean, you're good to go. So link will be in the description. Right now they're actually having a sale up until November 3rd, so if you're seeing this before November 3rd, I paid $250 to have unlimited sites. You can use this on unlimited sites for a year for $250. The sale is actually $200 right now. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and go to their website and check out their prices so I don't tell you guys anything wrong. So you see the 5 days there. Let's go to pricing. So there you go. Those are the prices right now. You see we paid the $250, $200. Yeah, link will be in the description. It is an affiliate link, so I will get a little commission off that with no extra charge to you guys. It's still going to be $200. It showed you the price there. That's what you see. That's what you pay. we're gonna go ahead and go through. I'll go ahead and show you some of the settings and show you the dashboard. So this is the dashboard of wprocket within WordPress, and I'll try to have the same settings for download, because you can actually, as you can see, export your settings and import them, and it's super easy. You would just upload your file to where it says choose file, and then hit the purple button afterwards. Same thing when you download. If you have your settings, and then after they're saved, you can download the settings and upload them on the other site if you would like. I'm going to show you the settings that I use, and it's not the same for every site. Some things might break differently, but most of the things that will happen within the file optimization of the CSS and JavaScript. So when we get to that part, I'll kind of tell you what you may or may not need to do in that end. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the dashboard. So when you go to the dashboard, you can see it's pretty simple. We have the infinite license. We do not have a CDN with wprocket. You can also get all that through in there. So I like that. If we didn't have one and this was my site and everything, I would do everything through WordPressPloggins. You see you have remove all cache. So anytime, you shouldn't have to use that, but for some reason, if you see a change not taking place, you can clear all cache, and you can see the start cache preloading. You can do that manually as well, but there is a setting to have the preload, which it kind of so the way caching works is when somebody goes to your site, their browser will save everything in their browser, and then when they go back, it'll be faster. This start preload cache actually makes it seem like they already been there. It will, because it's gonna serve them up a static site of HTML and all that stuff. So it's really handy, and anytime you make edits, it should update by itself and clear the caches, and then start preloading the cache again. So that's not really an issue, but you can do that just in case you don't trust it or whatever the case may be. And you'll see at the top, it'll tell you that it's going. So those are the two main buttons that you'll use after you get everything installed. So right there, I just we clicked on the cache options. Let me go back a little bit. So if you click on that cache, you see mobile cache. You don't really need that separate cache file, as you can see for the mobile. It'll tell you they have a lot of hints within there, but unless you have a different theme and things like that, you don't really need to. I did it, it didn't hurt it, so I kept it. But you see, if on cache we have mobile caching, nothing else is selected. We do have, you don't want to enable caching for logged in users. You want to, on your WordPress admin, you want to see everything real time, so that's, you don't want to do that. But the cache lifespan, it does come preset to 10. I noticed I did try to make it higher, and it had a little bit of issues there, so 10 seems to be a good number. Every 10 hours it will dump the cache and preload it all again. That way it's always the newest content no matter what. So let's go ahead and go to the next tab. So we're gonna go file optimization. You can see these are the ones where the magic really happens. You can see I have minify CSS files, combine CSS files. It just so happens that that's what works for me. You don't 100% need to combine that. If you, as you can see, if you have the HTTP2, which you should be able to tell that when you go to GT metrics. When you look at all the metrics on there, they'll tell you if it's HTTP2, which you wouldn't need to do that because it could load all the CSS files together at the same time. But I did do this so it makes less calls. So I have one CSS file now. I combined them all. But when if you have a bunch, it might break something. But this is no problem with that one. So I mean, if you end up, and you can see we have the optimized CSS delivery, and we also have remove unused CSS, which is recommended. We kept that on there, and don't worry about these grayed out things where it says CSS safe list. Those come, you'll see it when you download it. Some of those things come preloaded, but it's not actually in there. They're just showing you how you would edit those fields if need be. But so like if you clicked on it and started typing, everything else would go away because that's just showing you how you could do it. They don't actually have those settings in there. So you can see we have a minified JavaScript. We are not combining our JavaScript. We don't really need to. As you can see, the HTTP2. So that is not combined on this page. Load JavaScript deferred. We do have that. Load JavaScript deferred eliminates render blocking JavaScript, which if you get that message a lot in your metrics test, it will definitely help. It got rid of ours. Delayed JavaScript execution improves performance by delaying the JavaScript files until user interaction. So that's good. That all those things help, but like I said, if you have certain things that may break, so if you see your CSS or some things not working, it's probably that. But what I like to do is I'll usually try all my sites with those settings, and if something breaks, I'll go back and uncheck you know, maybe the combine. If something breaks, it's usually because they're probably combined and things like that. So that's mainly where the only things that if something breaks you'll have to change in that one there. So we'll go to media. We have enable for images, enable iframes for videos. That's just, you know, basically optimizing your pages if they have videos on there. Like I said, I'm just showing you all the settings we have and you can apply them or not. So here's the preload setting. Alright, so I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the you know, how the site interacts after having these settings applied. I think you'll be pretty amazed. So I'm gonna open it up in a new browser just because there's no cache, so it looks like it's the first time we're visiting. Go to lureglobal.com. It's for student insurance, international student insurance. Like I said, this is a very real site, real company. 65 years they've been working, and yeah, so we'll go ahead and go. You can see how fast it goes. I know I say how fast, you guys don't have to compare it to. It was horrible before, so you can see the time it takes to go. The site is fast now. All these pages are pre-loaded before the user even gets here. Like I said, this is in a private browser, so there is no previous cache, and it's still working this fast. So 100% vouch for it, guys. If you guys have a WordPress, if you just have one site, if you have two sites, or if you're a you know, working with many people and clients like I do, it's a definitely must get.